This is Media Philosophy, exploring the deeper side of Mario Kart. All Mario Karts, Mario Kart World, Super Mario Kart, Mario Kart 64, just all the Mario Karts. And honestly, I personally have never really seen the hype of Mario Kart. Maybe I've just been too much of a hardcore gamer or not enough of a hardcore gamer to really get the appeal of the Mario Kart games, but in my 30 years of life, I have never owned a Mario Kart game, and I guess I just never really saw the appeal of them. Like, maybe I would rent them every once in a while, or I would go to a friend's house that had them, and I guess it was kind of cool, but I always just found it to be, I don't know, a little lackluster. Like, I guess I've never really been into a racing games in general, and I guess Mario Kart just drives me insane. Because it'd be one thing if, Mario Kart was just a pure test of skill. That'd be one thing where it's just, you're just driving, you might come in first, but it really just feels like Mario Kart is just me being in first place for the vast, vast, vast majority of the race until some blue shell or some other RNG shenanigans just knock me out at the worst possible timing. And it drives me insane to come in like second place at the very last race. I don't know. I think it would be just more fun if it just didn't seem like a RNG free-for-all where it just seemed like every time you're in first place you just get destroyed by blue shells. But to be fair, Mario Kart is not meant to be a solo game, I guess we'll call it. It really is part of, I guess, Nintendo's genre. I guess we'll just call them party games, group games, I don't know. I guess that can be where it shines, but I feel like, at least in my experience of playing Mario Kart, it's usually just like the same one or two people in a friend group like dominating while the rest are just kind of there. But maybe Mario Kart World will fix this with the new teams. I'm not super up to date with Mario Kart, but I feel like this is the first time where you could actually like race as a team. I guess there was Double Dash and whatnot, but I don't even think you were really on a team in Double Dash in the sense that, like, you had like two characters on a single cart, but it never was like you on like the same team as like your friend playing. At least I don't remember that. I just don't even I really just don't understand, like I said, the hype of Mario Kart. It's just, people driving around in the same tracks they've been playing in since, I don't know, the Super Nintendo area, in a sense. And I guess that is one of the cool things about it. That's the one thing I actually will say that I do love about Nintendo in general, is just how they love to reuse all their assets, update their old tracks, bring them into the new world. I do like that, it is fun to like play like Yoshi's Canyon or something on the newest version, that's soon to not be the newest version or whatnot, and just see all the cool updates. So with Super Mario, with Mario Kart World's new gimmick is going to be able to explore, the entire map. Every place is drivable because everything needs to be open world, I guess, in 2025, I guess. But I will say that out of all the Nintendo games that could embrace this open world sort of idea and to really let us explore these maps, I am glad that it is Mario Kart, because out of all the Mario games, it just seems like the developers of Mario Kart really know how to tease the players. They really know how to make everything just super interesting that makes you want to go off and veer off and just go look at all the cool stuff. I remember in just, the very first, I guess that's not the very first, but at least in Mario Kart 64, my first Mario Kart game, God, I just love driving around like Princess Peach's castle and just kind of exploring that. I can't imagine any kid who didn't think there was a way to like ram your cart into the actual castle front doors. I'm really hoping Mario Kart World allows us to really have fun with some of these areas. But that's just one example in one game. I mean, there has just been countless of times where I just wanted to like just stop, park my car, and just kind of explore a little bit more. And I guess, we're one step away from that. We're one step away from like some sort of Tony Hawk Underground sort of style. You can get in and out of the cart to like run around. I feel like that's the only thing Mario Kart World is missing, is just the ability to actually get out, jump around, maybe do some platforming. But I have a feeling that this is all converging, that somehow Nintendo has some sort of like 10-year plan where all their games are basically going to be like, you know, you buy a single base game and then you just keep buying like add-ons to it. Like maybe you buy like the newest Super Mario World 3D platformer as like the base central game, and then you can add like Mario Kart onto it, and now you're starting to like drive carts around the maps. And then you can add like Mario Party, and next thing you know, like you're actually playing like Mario Party mini games in like whatever the new Super Mario World 3D game is. That's just the only thing I can think of that this is starting to slow walk towards, is a much more expansive Nintendo experience. I at least that's what I hope. I don't know. I just seems like they're going down this track of open world, and it just seems like open world can be very dull. It can be very dull. I know some people are very excited about, I guess they call it like Forza. I don't know, but I've just never really played those games. But I just can't see the appeal of like driving around in free roam as an adult. Now, as a kid, oh my god, kids are gonna have a blast with their friends. They're gonna be driving around. They're gonna be guessing each other's like locations through like stream or whatever. They're gonna have a blast. I'm really excited for the youngest generation to be able to play these games, and I hope that they can stay off the internet and just enjoy what they enjoy. Otherwise, they just don't need to get tainted by sad adults' opinions of things online. But yeah, I personally never have cared much for Mario Kart. Maybe I just didn't have enough friends, or maybe I just didn't I wasn't the friend using Mario Kart to get everybody to come over to my house. Yeah, I did enjoy like the memories, but I just feel like as a kid, I just remember just raging so hard at coming in second place on some of those races that it just seems more of a high blood pressure, it's like a blood pressure raiser than just like a relaxing time. I feel like with video games, I can just play and relax, but with Mario Kart, I just feel like that RNG just takes the fun away for single player for me. And, multiplayer racing, that's like half the fun is like being in last place so you can get all the cool items. But at least for single player, I don't know. I'm just gonna probably sit this one out. I'll buy the Nintendo Switch 2 in like 4 years when it's quadruple in price thanks to all the precious metals that we can't no longer import. But this is Media Philosophy, exploring the deeper side of entertainment.